How are you once again? My name is Story Emmanuel. Still on the subject of resume. Let me give you tonight some general tips about resume and put them on that. Number one, in listing your job experience or job experiences, list the most recent first. That is, do a top-down listing of your job experiences. Number two, emphasize your accomplishments by using bold, italics, and underline. That is, when you are listing your job experience, just underneath each of those organizations you work with, make sure you highlight few accomplishments in italics, underlines, and with both letters. Number three, always include some comment about your work from a supervisor, manager, or customers. That is, it's good to include comments of what a previous supervisor you work with said about you and stuff like that. Number four, include volunteer or community service involvement that supports your application. See, let me just chip this in at this point. When you're creating a resume, it is not compulsory, or I don't even advise people to have a single resume for every job. Your resume must reflect what you're applying for. So it is not out of place to try to create or adapt a particular resume for a particular application. So what I'm saying is that based on what you're applying for, you might want to include some volunteering or community service that you have been involved in to support your application. This might want to shock you. Do not include references in your resume. If the employer requires reference, let them ask for it. But to play safe, you can include, I will provide reference upon request. Let me give you some more tips, some essential ingredients of a resume. One, check up on yourself. Check up on yourself. Let me just give you about 4 on this and we'll move on from here. Have you used short, easy to understand words? Don't try to impress an employer by using, I am one of the most predominant fundamental analysts of the 21st generation. What have you said? Number 2, are your sentences no more than 15 to 20 words long? Number 3, are your paragraphs under 5 lines? Number 4, do you use sentences that begins with powerful action words wherever possible? When I'm talking action words, I'm talking about words that demonstrate what you can offer or what you have done in the past. Let me move on to continue to ask you, have you weeded out all the jargons you possibly could? Has somebody proofread your documents? Is there a nice balance of print and white spaces on your print? You see, it is good and not out of place to look for somebody that can use Microsoft Office properly. People that can help you process your document. Formatting is very important to a good resume. One of the things that I'm going to give as a bonus to whoever has visited www.jobhuntedkid.com is to help them proofread their resumes and help them suggest or even provide formats into which they can fit in their resume, professionally formatted templates. So I'm going to give it to you free of charge. So you might just want to go to jobhuntedkid.com and go and enlist among those that can take advantage of this. So it is good to make your resume in a very professional format and in a way that can be received and that is readable to any employer. Now I'm going to be looking at tomorrow, how can you create a noticeable package? What can make up something that when you present to an employer, you get noticed. You can just, I'll still be in the background for about an hour so that we can talk, we can chat, and I can answer your questions. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow.